Would you happen to know the penal code for the law that you mentioned earlier? Like, for instance, with the noise?
It's not a penal code, it's a municipal code. Off the top of my head, it's going to be 9.22. It's under sound and noise complaints, stuff like that. So if you look it up under the municipal code, the municipal code requires that anybody that's going to have amplified sound, so using some sort of an electronic device to broadcast sound, okay, they have to have a permit. And typically that permit is just to register it with the city of Bakersfield, so we know who's using it, so we can contact them if we have a complaint.
But you see, we were able to talk with them, man, and that's what we look for, bro. There's other officers, they don't even let us talk. If they would let us talk, they would understand where we're coming from. And people talk trash about us, that we're agitators. Look at when officers are nice to us. Ain't nobody agitators here, bro. They didn't just see cameras and then just shut us off. They let us speak. And that's what we look for. If people would let us speak and these public servants would look at us and let us speak, we would have an A and B conversation and we would get somewhere. But they see the cameras, they just tell us to shut it off. They don't want to hear anything. They just want to call the police. And then that's where everything goes south, you know?
Respect is earned. That's right, Becky.
Exactly.
Is there any issues that you guys are having with what's happening as far as like the way you're being treated, or is there anything that we can provide for you to make sure that you're safe?
No, I mean, yeah, it hasn't been, there hasn't been,
Okay, so I will tell you this. So we do have a municipal code in here that talks about amplified sound. Now, unless we get a specific complaint about it, we're not going to take enforcement action. But the moment that somebody starts complaining about you having amplified sounds or anything that electronically, and that's ultimately what you can do. So the permits are fairly, to my understanding, I don't approve the permits. The permits are fair. It's basically just registering, saying, hey, yes, I'm going to be there, and then. And then, like, you'll put your
one's
name
live,
in, and if you're going to use
one's
it,
live, one's not.
I've never seen that setup, that's why.
The ability to call you and say, hey,
I'm gonna.
next time, and certainly, obviously, today would be too early, but as long as we don't have any specific complaints, sometimes, like, motorists will complain if you're using, like, that siren feature or something like that. But other than that, like, we're not going to, we have to have somebody complain to us before and have a victim of a crime, okay? And I'm using that term very, yes. I'm using that term very loosely, okay? Okay, but we have to have somebody have a complaint. We're gonna wait for a complaint.
Did you guys get called out here? Or what?
But
you guys got called out
here? Point of contact that we can, make sure to adjust ourselves. We want you guys to be out here. With your voices, you could be as loud as you want. 100%. Okay, there you go. So am I. So I have that problem too. So, but here, I'm going to give you my business card.
I've sent you, by the way,
Oh, perfect. Excellent.
So, yeah, I don't have to.
That's not a problem. Oh, no, I didn't. Here, I'll give you a couple. Here's
Hey, how the hell did it get his chevron so
any other
fast?
organizers that are out here, and you want
Know
them to
someone, huh? Come on, man. Spill the beans, bro.
Yep. And now we want to amp it up just a little bit, just so that it gets some notice. Hey, you got our notice. So. Okay. Yes. Oh, thank you very much. Your asterisk. Okay, and then. Excellent. And then, is this a good cell phone number for you? And what was your name again? Sophie, I'm gonna write that. So here. Yep. Perfect. I appreciate it.
Why did it take 4 of you guys to come out here for this, man? You thought you were gonna get jumped by the signs or what?
We're not intimidating. We're just there for now.
I spoke to the main lady, the union rep, so.
Oh, yeah?
It's an easy day for them. I promise we're not going to give you guys trouble.
We're not saying you guys are giving us trouble. If anything, we would have kicked you out earlier, but we didn't.
I'm not going to say if they don't have a permit.
Well, we have.
If you complain, then we'll arrest them or we'll
the ability
we'll do
to
something.
freedom of
But,
speech.
and again, we're not just going to come
Yeah,
out
that's
to
what we're
arrest you
explaining
guys
to
or
them.
give you guys tickets. We're going to try to talk about it first. You guys seem super reasonable, and as long as we can all be, cooperative with one another, you guys get your point across. We're not going to stop you from doing that. So, cool.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, you guys have a good day. Good to meet you. All right, thank you guys. Thank you.
Name and badge number, Carrillo,
Korea 1556.
1556,
1607.
1607.
You guys want a statement or anything?
Yeah, can I get a statement?
Yeah. What do you guys? What do you want to know about?
First of all, did you guys get a call to come out here?
Yeah. So I think there was a call for service that came out about just the noise, probably. At this point, I don't know what the specifics were. I was just told that we had some officers out here, so I came to see how I could help. Obviously, we're very neutral on this. Like, they have a right to protest and whatever their grievance is with the company. They have a right to do all that, and we're just here to make sure that everybody's safe, whether it's the employees here or the patients here, any staff, and then also the protesters as well. We want, yeah, that's true. Your employees too. But ultimately, we just want to make sure that everybody's safe, and that if anybody has any concerns, that we can handle it civilly, and we can negotiate and try to come to some sort of an agreement so that they get their message across, but then they can still conduct whatever business they have with whatever employees are left inside there. That's just our job.
Cool. Would you happen to know the penal code for the law that you mentioned earlier? Like, for instance, with
Not
the
a penal
noise?
code, it's a municipal code. Off the top of my head, it's going to be 9.22. It's under sound and noise complaints, stuff like that. So if you look it up under the municipal code, the municipal code requires that anybody that's going to have amplified sound, so using some sort of an electronic device to broadcast sound, okay, they have to have a permit. And typically that permit is just to register it with the city of Bakersfield, so we know who's using it, so we can contact them if we have a complaint. And then there's some other restrictions on that, like you're not allowed to do it in front of a courthouse within 100 yards of the courthouse. There's some time, place restrictions regarding that stuff. So, but ultimately it's just a municipal code. But we're ultimately just here to make sure that everybody can do whatever they're doing and do it safely.
All right, cool. Name and badge number?
I can give you a card.
Okay, cool, perfect. How'd you get your 3 chevrons so quick, man?
I mean, I've been here for almost 20 years, bud.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hey, good to meet you. I'm Keith.
Yeah, David.
Nice to meet you, David. All right, take care.
Yeah, you too. What would you guys say that there's 4 officers out here to show force? You know what I mean? Or cause don't you think like it could have taken one of those guys to come up and say, hey, everybody all right? You guys staying hydrated? If we have to come out here and enforce the law about the loud noise, the dangerous loud noise, Also, I think it's important for them to know the penal codes for the laws that they're spewing onto the people, right? Like, he has 3 stripes, he's got 3 chevrons, and I heard him talking to the people, and here's his card, folks. I heard him talking to the people, so he was telling them that they could be possibly doing something illegal, or maybe get written up for something, and so that's why I decided to ask him if he knew the penal code of what law he was stating, because I think it's important that they don't just come out and enforce feelings or whatever, but they actually know the laws that they're enforcing. As soon as they get a call of somebody being out there, then have somebody looking that shit up, looking up the number, looking the meanings and the definitions, because words are important, folks, and I think we need to understand the meanings of those words at all times. What the hell am I even talking about anymore? Right? Does that make any sense? So, apparently there's a rally out here, and I've seen a bunch of police officers. Are you guys taking off?
Our sergeant's gonna stay behind real quick. We're gonna let them know inside, and then I believe Officer Frio staying as well.
Appreciate it. So yeah, we was driving by and somebody said there was a bunch of police out here, so I came out and there's a strike going on, and really has nothing to do with me or my level of comprehension and understanding. I don't have an opinion as to what they're doing, but I just came out and made sure that, you know, because there was 4 cops, and I gotta say, what was it, a show of force, you know, to show that, hey man, shit, you ain't gonna beat us up with them signs? Were they afraid of a bunch of women and shit? Look at a bunch of women across the street. They brought a bunch of cops and shit for a bunch of women with signs and shit. Fuck. But I did speak to the three striper, right? The 3 striper. I don't like to call them sergeants, lieutenants, and all that shit. Military terms. They're not supposed to be at war with the people. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there's a strike going on right here. As you guys can see, there's cop cars. They're leaving. I did go live actually, but I've totally forgot to press public. I went live and it was on unlisted. So I was sitting there talking like a dumbass to myself for a while. Ha, yeah. All my trolls would have got a good laugh out of that. But that's all right. My skin is too thick for the trolls. Feel me? But yeah, I mean, so I guess I understand. My guy right here, he did some research on the strike. So you want to tell us a little bit about the strike, bro?
Yeah. So the Kaiser Permanente health workers who deal with the psychological portion of the company are going on strike for three reasons. One of them is to make this type of service not a second class service. Something that's one of their purposes. Another purpose is to better their contracts or better their their employment benefits there. So if you're able to keep your workers happy and you're able to provide wages and competitive wages, then you're able to have people care a lot for their jobs more than just a typical average salary. And then I can't remember the top of my head the third one, but yeah, that's what they're out here for. They're here advocating for their mental health, and it's been 5 months. They've been doing this for 5 months, and on one of their articles they said that this has so far been the longest mental health strike that's been in California. So 5 months is so they're scaling a milestone off of this. So hopefully we'll see what comes out at the end.
Y'all hear that? We had a conversation as well a little bit ago, and we talked about how, you know, because this has to be a company issue, right? Like this is they work in the private sector, and I guess one of their arguments, or one of the reasons they're protesting, is they want mental health to be classified as a kind of like a first responder type thing instead of like a second responder type thing. Second class workers, they want to be classified up there, like. And I will say this, I do believe that we as a people should put more work into mental health issues. I do see some departments having mental health workers. We can't really say professionals, right? Because the law and medicine is a practice, not a profession. You know, I hear lawyers professionally handling cases. No, they practice law, damn it. So you do see departments having mental health workers out there now. So there are towns, cities, places where they're implementing more of using mental health workers, you know, for situations. Not sure exactly how. Look, man, all roads to hell were paved with good intentions, right? So is it possible that now you're gonna have these mental health workers say, yeah, we could take them in for evaluation, yada yada yada. What if you just shut down and you don't want to talk, or you don't want to you don't want to talk, you don't want to give up your rights or anything, you don't want to do none of that shit, what if you just want to fucking relax with nobody bothering you? That means you're crazy. So I don't really think that we should make more laws and shit like that. Like, I do believe we should implement, if there's gonna be laws, make the laws so that they can hold government accountable, you know? Not continue to create umbrellas of protection for when government messes up, man. Y'all feel me? Hell yeah, make sure you guys hit that like button though. Shit, let's let YouTube know, man. Let them know what's up. Look at Tri-County Accountability. We got a Tri-County Bank right there. Everything is a business. Hello. Yeah. Read some of these comments. Yeah, no shit. I agree with that one. That's it. Shit, what's up, Just Willie? What up, Gina? ECWT, Tennessee Accountability, Press Harder in the house, Oklahoma Community Watch, my brother. Fuck yeah, Freeport Cop Watch. What's up, brother? Johnny Bravo, Lyle. Hell yeah. Orale, Emmanuel. That's good. Claudette, good to see you. I did speak to the three striper, and I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to tell him, like, bro, what the hell? Why you got so many cops out here? You afraid of the people and shit? Yeah, but oh, he's right there. Is there anything you guys want me to ask him?
Oh, no, it's 14 weeks, 13 weeks of actual training. 1 week of just. Oh, okay. At least that's what it was in 2011 when I did.
I certainly wouldn't say that it's cheap. All right, well, hey, you guys stay safe, okay? Thank you.
Hey man, you never had a different last name before, right? It's always been the same last name?
Always had the same last name.
All right.
Yeah, I've never changed my name, so.
If a cop was fired from a department before and then he used a different last name and get hired at a different department, you think that'd be bad?
Well, I mean, we have a background check that should catch that. There's no way that it's not going to catch that, because we're going to have to look at their license status, and their license is going to show their previous last names.
Makes sense.
So, and there's also there's new protections against stuff like that, like officers leaving one place and going to another, like when they've done something bad at one place.
Right.
Like with the Senate Bill 2 laws and stuff. Are you familiar with that?
Is that something new that just came out?
That's, I mean, within the last couple of years, yeah.
Okay.
So where they can actually take your license away from being a police officer. Like, so I have a post-basic certificate, so I'm certified by the state of California, so they can actually take that away if I do something like really bad.
Right.
Like, even if I don't get convicted, or if they can prove that I did something bad, they can take that away, which is a good
Alright.
thing, because
Yeah.
we want our cops to be trustworthy people, right?
Makes sense. Yeah, no doubt. I appreciate
Cool. You
it.
just covering this today?
Yeah, well, somebody
you just heard it?
somebody texted me and said there's a heavy police presence, and I was like, okay, what the heck? There must be
What
some
streaming
kind of fighting.
service are you? I mean, I recognize you. I've seen you around.
Yeah, you heard of San Joaquin?
San Joaquin.
Yeah, Valley Transparency.
Yeah, Valley Transparency. That's right.
Yeah, that's me, brother.
I know I've talked to you before.
Yeah.
So.
No, yeah.
But I'm good. I love seeing you guys out here. So.
I appreciate it, man.
So that's
Heck
good.
Yeah.
All right. Do you do some of the First Amendment stuff too?
Yeah, I was one of the first channels that started doing that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of an asshole when I first started, but
You know what?
I like to have conversations, man, and
We are all human beings, and if you came up and asked me, what all the First Amendment, the Second
Right.
Amendment, I'm probably gonna get most of it right.
what is the First Amendment?
The First Amendment.
I'm gonna
dude,
ask you.
That's nice. There's a lot of things that come with this: the freedom of religion, the freedom of expression. It's it's establishing the government's inability, or that they do not have the right to restrict you
Right.
reasonably, right?
Right.
So
speech,
but there's
press,
a lot.
Speech, press, religion,
religion, all of that.
assembly,
kind of
and
stuff.
petition.
Yep. So you get to petition your government for everything.
Right.
So.
You can bellyache.
But anyways, do you by any chance know where they all went?
I don't actually. I think.
I know that they're probably marching over to.
Bro, I started paying attention to the food that they got going on right
did
there.
you?
I lost track of everybody else, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what the hell are they serving up, man?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm gonna go ask some questions, and maybe they'll offer me some food.
Yeah, hopefully. Well, you have a good day, brother.
Yeah.
All right, take
too.
care. Take care, guys. How do you have two cameras on there?
One's
though?
live streaming and one's not.
One's recording and one's
Yeah,
live streaming.
just in case somebody
Which
gets.
one works better? You got a Pro and you got the Samsung.
I don't know, man. I would say Samsung is better for night recording. That's without a doubt.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, man. You guys take care.
All right, you too.
All right, take care, guys.
Good night, Sarge. Lick your boots, Sarge. Yeah, I believe that. I mean, this company obviously has beef with the people have beef with their company, right? And I think that's cool, man, to strike your company if you don't like what they're doing. And then, I mean, if nothing changes, and say, man, well, fuck you then. I'm out of here, right? I'm fucking out of here. You ain't paying me, man. You ain't fucking paying me. You ain't treating me like royalty. Treat me like shit. Fuck you. I'm out. Peace, right? Go out with a bang like this, right? We'll say, well, fuck you then. I'm taking everybody with me, motherfuckers. Yeah, right? So, anyways, we're gonna go ahead and call this, I guess. You want... Nah, he's eating his shit. Here, let's just skedaddle, bro. This is not my beef.
It's all good. We'll see him again.
Yeah. We're gonna go ahead and shut this one down, guys.